I want to thank you for a wonderful night. I want to thank you for all filling my tanks and probably Morrison's tanks here with hope. It can get very isolating as you fight this fight and you think you're alone, you think you're going crazy. About 30 years ago, my marriage ended. Lots of shit went down in my life. And I was in Albany in a tent, and someone asked me, what are you going to do with your life? And I said, I think I'm going to write plays and tour them around the country. At that point, I'd only seen one play, an amateur play. I knew nothing about theatre. Eventually, I became one of Australia's only independent playwrights. I wrote about people in their 40s and 50s and up. And I was living the dream. I felt completely blessed, and I was going from strength to strength to strength, including some of the giants of the industry just welcomed me in. And I just wrote about people. And then COVID hit, and then they said they were going to segregate audiences. And I knew that even though there was talk of New York and talk of lots of other things, that I couldn't go there. Because segregation, medical segregation, apartheid, was a cancer of the culture's soul. So I knew, as they said it, that my dream was beyond my reach. And so I basically announced that I wouldn't do it. And I was cancelled. And what happened as I gave up my dream was that I was set free. Because on the same day I set up Cafe Locked Out for no other reason than just to defend free speech, which I saw was under attack. And I thought, you're an old bastard, you got nothing left to do, and you don't want to live your knees in their world, so why don't you die on your feet fighting for something that matters? What happened is I've been at some of the moments in history, from the Shrine to Epic and all this, but on the day of the Shrine in the morning, before they started shooting at people in the streets that no one knows about, before the Shrine, they were already shooting us in the streets. I could feel that something really awful was going to happen. So for the first time in my life, I prayed, and I meant it. And I asked, and I said to the big man upstairs, you owe me nothing. I've spent most of my life trying to debate the fact that you don't exist. But here I am, you owe me nothing, and I'm just asking you, can you please take away my fear? Because I can't go home. And that day, my fear went. And I was sitting on the Shrine steps with these strangers. Before us was a load of stormtroopers. Our people, our brothers and sisters, dressed up like stormtroopers, with guns, everything you can think of. It just didn't look real. And next to me was a Greek man. And he said to me, do you believe in God? And I said, well, do you know what? I actually prayed today. And he said, hold on. And he got this piece of paper, and as all these cops were coming closer, he just started ripping it up. And finally he gave it to me, and I unpacked it with all these guys coming in. And it was a cross. And he said, that will protect you. About an hour later, we were on the tram together. My ribs were broken, my head was concussed, and I was beaten up. And I was laughing with him going, you know, it's this little piece of paper. But he was right. Inside me now, there are times when you are despairing, there's times when you lose hope. But I have a compass in my soul which points in the direction that I believe is God's direction. And that is the direction where we are meant to have free will. Because we are not born to be slaves. We are born to be who we're meant to be. In fact, I actually think the Holy Grail is in us all. And God says, go out there and be the absolute best version of yourself. That is what the world needs. It doesn't need you to be someone else, pretend to be someone else. I made you to be you. And the only way you can truly be you is with freedom of choice and freedom of speech. That's it. You do that, you hold your ground, they can never beat you. They can beat your body, but your soul is always yours. You are a gift to humanity and a gift to the world. And I can feel it here tonight, and I feel honoured to be a part of this. And all I'm doing, and I get more praise than I'm due, because I'm just a hairy old man. I look like a gnome. All I do is allow people to speak. And my gift of playwriting, I now use it by, I get anyone down, and I'm very interested in everyday ordinary people who think they've got no story to tell because they've been taught by our society that they're worthless from birth, which is bullshit. And I say, what's your name? Why are you here? That's Act 1. And then their natural storytelling takes off and they say Act 2, and I just sit there waiting for Act 3. Usually I don't even have to say anything. And then I just share that with the world. And that's courage. Because the greatest enslaver of mankind is silence. And the greatest liberator is having the courage to speak. God bless you all.
Wow. Thank you, Mark. We're holding the line, guys. We're doing it for us. We're doing it for you. And God bless everybody.